Hi FlashTube, it's Diane. Today is September 17th, 2022. I know it's been over a month. It wasn't intentional. It's just we all have times where it gets busy. I am recording this in Rochester, Minnesota. My husband has a shooting event here. He's involved in Project Appleseed, which teaches marksmanship, history, safety with regard to guns, and he's doing that, so I'm here, and he has another day tomorrow. So today I had the chance to go. There's no stitching store here. There are only 2 stitching stores in the entire state of Minnesota, Stitchville, which is my LNS, and Welcome Stitchery in Blue, I think it's in Blue Earth, or maybe Brandon, Minnesota. I haven't been to that yet. It's like it'd probably be a 3 to 4 hour drive for me. It's on my list to do someday. But I had a chance to go to Hobby Lobby today, trying to kind of do my fall tablescape stuff that I do. I'm not huge into doing all the decoration stuff that some people, I mean, they could just look at a thing and go, oh yeah, if you put this there and this there, and I don't quite have that gene, but I'm trying. So I was able to find some things. But then, including this beautiful candle. Does this one have a scent? Sweet mulberry. Because I found this bird cage thing, and I'm going to put this in the bird cage, but I don't want to leave it in my vehicle because it's still warm enough here. It's in probably close to 80 and close to 80% humidity, so I don't want, and these are going to be for autumn. I found some black candle stands at Hobby Lobby, so I got one that's a little shorter than the other, and then these will go in there. I just didn't want these to melt in my vehicle, so I brought them in here. But I had a chance to go to a quilt shop here that I've been to. It's been, well, I went here in 2019 when my husband went to the Mayo Clinic, and we went over there, and so I went there today. No, my husband knew I was going to go there. So I wanted to show, they had this amazing quilt hanging by the front door, and I'm like, oh, of course it's the first thing you see when you go in there. And so these are like a pre-printed panel, and then you kind of log cabin. They had it as a kit, and here are the delicious fabrics. I should probably not show you how much I pay for it. These are the delicious fabrics on it. So it's, you know, it's Christmassy, definitely, but it's a little brighter greens and red and all these delicious colors. So I gotta do this. In November, when my husband goes deer hunting, I'll have 2 littles with me, Mini Dot and his older brother, Tommy. Those aren't their real names, obviously, but I choose to have my children determine their digital footprint when they're ready, and these guys aren't quite ready yet. I'm gonna just make a little adjustment here in the hotel room. There we go. That's a little better. But we get up, we do breakfast, you know, sweep the floor, if the garbage needs to go out, that kind of stuff. And then I just quilt. So that quilt is on my list. Of course, that's not all I found. Heavens no. Just that at a quilt shop. I found this beautiful red and this beautiful red. Oh. They're definitely Christmassy, but you could use them for any wintry quilt. So the line, I remember the line. Does it say which line it's from? Winter. No, that's not the right one. Winter Flumes, F-L-U-M-E-S, by Holly Taylor for Moda. That's the line that those fabrics come from. So if you're a quilter or sewer, pique your interest, that's how you could do it. And these are also from, these are from Benatex actually. Winter Jewels by Amanda Murphy. So this one, these are the two. Isn't that beautiful? Project bag, and I know it's September and I had planned on having project bags available for September for Aorta Aneurysm Awareness Month. Life has just gotten to me. But I will do some kind of fundraising at some point, and I'll let y'all know when I figure it out. Because then, there's rules and blah, 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 and how do you do that, and all of the things. But then I picked up these 5-inch squares, so I thought, I'm gonna just get some 5-inch square packs, just to play with. The Simple Whatnot series by Kim Deal, D-I-E-H-L. I have 2 of the books. There's actually a 3rd book that just came out, so that's on my Christmas list. A lot of those are scrappy and just need little, and I made one of them just using a 5-inch pack. It's a little wall hanging, and this one is Buttercup and Slate, Corey Yoder of Coriander Quilts. I'm not sure which quilt company this would be from. There's different quilt companies, but that's the line. Oh, Moda. It helps when you read the label, Moda. But these I just thought were so cute. And we all have our own styles, and I'm trying to try a few different things. Not sure exactly what this would be. Springy, summery, maybe. This one, Freedom Road by Kansas Troubles. I like Kansas Troubles fabrics. This is also by Moda. So kind of patriotic, deep reds and blues. Yeah, those are the 5-inch squares. Peppermint Bark. So this is Christmassy, but kind of whimsical. Not huge into the cutesy, but it's timeless. Again, Moda. Now I'm gonna have fuzz all over me. Prairie Days, also Moda. These, look at the sheep with the flag. These are very patriotic, and again, red, white, and blue, a little brighter. It's red. So a little brighter than the Freedom Road. So that one will be a cute one to work with. And then this one, oh, I love this kind of antique postcard looking. This is Christmas Fair by again through Moda. This is the designer here. I want to say Kathy Holden. And I just love this postcardy antique look. I'm gonna try and, I don't want to take them all out. If you're a quilter, you understand sometimes you like having them sit on your shelf and just petting them. So yeah, kind of like these are jingle bells. These are antique bead kind of garlands, letters. This is going to be fun. Instead of getting, you know, a huge pack, I thought, oh, these little 5-inch squares, this will make a cute. Now I have to go through the Simple Whatnots books that I have and find a scrappy one to use these on. With my son, baby number 8, I know what quilt I'm going to make him. I changed the quilt pattern because the one that we had originally chosen, it's foundation paper pieced. I still like foundation paper piecing, but it intimidates me. So I chose a different one. I can't remember the name. I don't have it with me, but I need like 42 fat quarters to do it. He's like, oh, blues and greens in it. There's a lot. That could mean anything. So I had this one. This is called Decorum. It's Moda by Basic Gray. And kind of little geometric. It's not too girly, even with the flowers. Kind of a timeless look. These are 2.5-inch squares. This is called also Moda Starlight Gatherings. This is all blues and whites. And then this one is Yukata, Moda again, Debbie Maddie. Let's see, Starlight Gatherings, Primitive Gatherings. And this one, the grays and then or the blues and the browns. I think this is the one he's gonna like. So I thought I'll get these for samples, and then he can pick, and then I can call them and say, can you send a fat quarter pack of one of these lines? And that way he gets to pick his colors. And that goes in there. Put that in there so I don't lose it. On the pattern, the quilt pattern by Doug Lecco and our quilt designs is called Pine Tree Lane. So I liked it. I kept coming back to it in the store, back to it in the store, and then I was checking on, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I also got this little guy. It's a needle threader with a cutter, and La Needle Bird. Oops, let me go this way. So here's the needle threader, and it has a little guard, and here's a thread cutter. And you have a hole here so you can loop a chain or something on it. I think somebody else in Flash Tube showed this before, but I'm thinking my stitching, which I have sitting here, this will come in pretty handy. And I'm thinking this groove thingy here, you're traveling on an airplane. I don't see how that would be violating anything. But also it has that guard, because needle threaders, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with needle threaders. Yeah. Oh, the blue and white fabrics that I showed, the two that I got half a yard of, I said project bags. They're from Winter Jewels by Benetex. I think I said that, but if I didn't, I wanted to make sure. So I'm going to stick this little guy. They had different colors. I'm going to try it and see. And right here, it's kind of shaped so you can squeeze it with your fingers and stuff. Because sometimes I just don't want to bother looking and try and focus and just get it done. And I could probably use this also on my sewing machine. But this is the Quilt Shop, if anybody's interested. I think it's only one in Rochester, but I overheard them saying there might be another one coming. Beyond Hobby Lobby and Joann's. I think there's also a Michael's here in Rochester. Put that in there. Stitching. So I got new glasses. I have to go back in and get, they put the cheapest nose pads on. I gotta get some new ones on. I'm getting used to them. They're a little different. They're blue. I know, they kind of a little bit, but I like it. It's a subtle blue. It's not in your face. But I also ordered, now these I got from the eye doctor, but I also ordered these. These, yeah, I know, librarian here. These are stitching glasses. And I know that Sheila from the Sunshine Stitchers Gary from Garand Stitchery. I know there have been several others talked about stitching glasses. And so I got a pair. So when I went into the eye doctor, I literally brought my stitching in. Sorry, I have a piece of fabric fuzz in my eye right now. So sorry. It's kind of floating around in the air. I knew I wanted to get another set of prescription sunglasses for driving, and they're actually out in the van. I should have brought them in. So I did that, and I brought my stitching in and said, you know, this is about as far as I hold my stitching away. And so she gave me a prescription. Now, I know some people go and get the cheaters or readers or whatever term you want to use, you know, from the bookstore, from Walgreens, from the grocery store. Of course, my eyes have to be different. They're different strengths. And it's not just a one-step difference either. But also I can try different frames to see if I like different frames or not too. So these, you know, I didn't get these through the eye doctor. I got them online. The eye doctor, I had her print off my prescription for these, and I did order them from the eye doctor a couple weeks later because, you know, they had dilated my eyes, and I'm like, I really don't want to look at glasses now. So I got these from the eye doctor, and then I had these and my prescription sunglasses through Zinf. These, I believe, are out of the UK. I think so. So I got them, see, I ordered them. They took about 3 weeks to get to me. They come in this little box, which is handy. The only ding I would have is I would prefer a case for my glasses. But I do know that the eye doctor that I go to, at one of their locations, they have a whole bin. They're like, take some glass cases, please. So I'm gonna go get that. But these boxes are pretty sturdy, so I just been storing them in there for now, and they really help. Like the sunglasses, I have to have progressive, so the sunglasses are just distance for far, and these near work just focus on the magnification. This has both, although it's nice to have those. It's made a difference. It's made a difference. They weren't incredibly expensive. My sunglasses cost more than the stitching glasses. These, I got a special coating on them to, I can't remember the name of the coating, but it's supposed to, like, if you get fingerprints on here or your body oils on here, it's a special coating to make it easier to get that off. And I figured stitching glasses, it's very, very likely that's going to happen to me. So I got them for about $45 prescription. They work great. They also help with reading too, especially when my eyes get tired at night. So I'll use them for just reading. I can't just look up. But if you have a solution that works for you, go for it. So what did I bring stitching wise? Obviously I didn't bring everything. There's 2 main pieces I've been stitching. I left both of them at home because, again, in a hotel room, you never know how much light you're gonna have, comfortable chair, what have you. We'll be home Monday. No, we'll be home. No, we have to be home tomorrow night. So we'll be home tomorrow night. And from here to home, it's less than 3 hours, so that's not a problem. Barring traffic. Excuse me. So I did bring a couple of different things, though. One, my Whitgo for September is 7 days on a new start and 5 days on a Blackbird design. So those are my 2 numbers. So what I'm thinking is starting a new piece. Or I will use my 5 days on Blackbird to finish. Well, I don't know if I could finish it in 5 days, but I can get pretty close. And the piece that I'm looking at possibly finishing is from the Sweet Land of Liberty book of Blackbird Designs. It's the only one that's not on the cover. It's called Liberty Rose. So you have 2 different pieces of linen, and then you sew them together. I have the first half done, the bird, so it would be working on this second half, which I did start here, and that is the rose part over here. So I put my husband's initials on the bird, and I will put my initials on this side, and I'll put our wedding year here. The fabrics that I'm using, this is 40 count R&R vintage beeswax. I'm using the Call for Colors 1 strand over 2 threads, and this one is 40 count. It was a scrap. It was a scrap from, I picked it up in Lynn's Madison last year. I think it is Heartland. If I picture this close. Let me double check. I think I have it in here. I think it's Heartland. If I picture this plus, we're gonna go with that. It's not Cafe Misto, that's for sure. I originally thought I would use a different piece of linen. Yes, that's what it is. 40 count Heartland. I originally had purchased a different piece of linen to use. Yeah, it would be this one. R&R Park City Blend. This is a little more yellow, and I liked the Heartland. Again, they're the same count, even though they're 2 different manufacturers or dyers. This will work great for another pattern in the book. So that is one thing I'm looking at working on and possibly finishing. And then the other one, do they have a bigger picture? No, they don't. This would be a new start, and it would be Blackbird. It's called Salute to Abigail. I have a friend who's working on this one, or I'm trying to remember if she finished. She was close to finishing. And this is going to go on 40 count R&R, no, excuse me, 40 count Fox and Rabbit Mayflower. And instead of using the thread gatherers silks that the chart is charted for, my friend, I don't remember where she got the conversion from. Somebody had done a conversion to dinky dyes. And so that's what I'm going to be using. And I love dinky dye silks. I'll be using 1 strand over 2 threads. And these are the 4 colors called for. I will ask her whose conversion it is, so I can give them credit below. Because I don't want to take credit for it. It's somebody else's thread conversion. And so this might be what I work on, where it would be a new start and Blackbird, 2 birds with 1 stone. I keep going back and forth. Not 100% sure. But I had 5 days on a Blackbird either way. So I did bring that with me. And I also brought because we were able to drive here, I was able to bring food that I can eat. I'm still doing the diet thing, but I'm working with a dietitian and we are finding some solutions. This one is by Cottage Garden Samplings. It's her 12 Days of Christmas series. In the last video I did, I believe I showed you I was almost done with day 1, and here's day 1. When I have these all done, it makes it look too yellow, the natural light's better. When I have these all done, I'm going to make pillows out of them, and then I envision some kind of trench thing to put them in, or around the bottom of my Christmas tree, something like that. This is using all the called for colors, which is all DMC except there's one overdyed in this, and I happen to have the overdyed, so I'm like, okay, I'll put it in here. This is 40 count natural, or is this 40 count? This is 40 count Mallow, M-A-L-L-O-W, raw. This is wider because it's got the orange thread. And then here, I was going to, while my husband was driving, try and start the next one that I want to do. I'm not doing these in order, but the road was too bumpy. So I'm going to start it while I'm here in the hotel room. They're all going to be on the same fabric. And I have a couple, they're going to be close because these are natural. So they are going to be either the mallow or natural linen. So my goal ultimately is to make a set for all 14 kids, but I'm going to make my set first. All of these 12 patterns, they call for DMC. Well, they all give you all DMC alternatives to any overdyed called for. And the DMC looks fabulous. So don't think, well, I'm just a DMC stitcher. You're good. You're good. You're stitching. That's what matters. So here's a partridge in a pear tree, the one I finished. And 2 turtle doves is the next one. I think this only has like 5 colors in it. One of them is an overdyed, but I can't remember which one. 3 French hens. There's one overdyed in this one, and it's actually the color on the hens. 4 collie birds. I know in America we tend to say calling, but in Britain and in other cultures traditionally it's collie birds. I know it's DMC. I don't know if there's any overdyeds in this one. Because I think there's at least one overdyed in every pattern, but I don't remember on those specifically. And the threads aren't listed on the back of some of the patterns. 5 golden rings. Now this one, like here, those are actual beads. So there'll be some beads in this, but most of them do not have beads. And if you wanted to stitch these and didn't want to use beads, it would be very easy to sub out a metallic there. Because on one of these that I was looking at doing, maybe even the one I'm going to start, yeah, calls for a metallic. I am not using the DMC metallics. I will use Petite Treasure Braid. 6 geese a laying. I have stitched this one before, 7 swans a swimming. I gave it away at a smalls exchange. It stitches up beautifully, and when I stitched it last time, I only did this one color here, this purpley, it's called Azalea. Everything else I used the DMC alternatives, and it was beautiful. I think this one is all weeks. I think it's all weeks. So I haven't 100% decided. I don't even have it in here. Why wouldn't I have it in here? Because I still have plenty of that skein left. I haven't 100% decided if I'm going to, which set I'm going to do. If I'm going to do the DMC alternatives or mix and match. But on that purpley pink, I will use that color. I want to say it's Azalea. I thought it was a weeks. Could have been something else. So it's 7 swans swimming. Eight maids a milking. This one calls for Gentle Arts. She also gives you DMC alternatives here. One thing I would say is note if you have multiple skeins. I have several of these, but I've also looked at the pattern to figure out where do you see the variegation. Now you see the variegation in her skirt, which is cottage blue and faded rose, a combination of those 2 colors, and you see it in the grass. So I am like the black if I, let's see, you need 2 skeins of black licorice. I think I'm just going to use the DMC. I think so. The baby spinach I already have, but I do have some black licorice, so I haven't 100%. I haven't got this one yet. 9 Ladies Dancing. This one calls for gentle arts, and I love this one. It's just beautiful. Again, some of the colors you see the variegation and others you don't, so I'll probably pick and choose. 10 Lords of Leaping. This one has 3 overdyes, which I do have. And this one has 11 Piper's Piping, which also has 3 overdyes. Which, thanks to a friend sending me Country Redwood and Heirloom Gold, I have all of them. So the one I'm going to start for sure today is 12 Drummers Drumming. Now you can definitely see the variegation in this red and in the tree. And then she calls for 3 overdyes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 DMC colors, but one of them is DMC and metallic gold. I'm gonna, when I get home, I'll use up Petite Treasure Braid. And that's like I'm pretty sure it's the lines here on the drum. And I think it's also used, is that the only place it's used? Oh, a little bit, the drumsticks, right? Oh, he has a little bit of gold braid on his jacket. So that's where the metallic is. I already have a gold I'll use. And if I don't have a gold that I like in Petite Treasure Braid, I have plenty of gold in Krennic. But DMC metallics, I like the idea, I like the concept, but they are a pain in the keister to use. And they have been forever. It's kind of that stranded gold and anyway. Most metallics, when you use them, you use 1 strand at a time. Most. But that's what I have stitching wise, my quilting haul. And I'm gonna just sit here and watch Flosstube and stitch. I did get some Expo haul. So I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get some DMC. You'd think I would have enough DMC. And I didn't give you guys a picture of my DMC wall yet. I will do that next video. Because I did record a video last week and the sound quality was just, I don't know what was going on. But I thought, you know what, we'll just do it again. I went through and I used my rings and I made my floss tags. These are blank playing cards, so they're a little more durable. And I went through all my DMC. I used to store my DMC on bobbins. I'm not going to bobbinate anymore. If you bobbinate and you like it, do it. But it doesn't work for me. I tried the bags and boxes. That does not work for me either. But this I think will work for me. So I had a pegboard in my closet and I did all the rings. And now you can go in my closet and it's all my DMC hanging there. And sometimes you just want to walk by and pet it. So like you see this and you just want to pet it sometimes. As long as your hands are clean, that's fine. I will show pictures of that. It took me a while. It really did. And I got these rings off of Amazon. This is a blank playing card that I got off of Amazon. And I just cut one of the playing cards in half. And then this is a 5/8 inch hole and a 1/4 inch hole. And then I write DMC. In case, because I do have some anchor. And it's not on this piece, it's on the piece that I'm working on Meridian Designs Palo 1 Peacock Pheasant. I'm halfway done. She uses Dinky Dyes also. And Dinky Dyes, where did I put my Dinky Dyes? I just had. Dinky Dyes, the card that comes with it. So let me see if I can pull out a skein. Oh, I already did that on here too. So Dinky Dyes, they come with this little card that tells you the number and the name, which is great, but it doesn't make it as usable. So here I wrote the name on it. And what I actually did for the Palawan is I just cut it and I taped this on there. So I cut it, you know, trimmed it down and just taped it on. And then I like to put the symbol on the back, because then when I have it on a ring, like my DMC ring here, then I don't always have to look at the key unless there's a question. So, except I grabbed a ring that doesn't have, well, here I put the symbol on the back. Although I don't think this is the symbol. These are the DMC colors for the entire set of 12 ornaments. So that's why I didn't put the symbol on the back. But when this is in a different project, so this was in a different project at one point in time, this is a Jean Farish floss drops, which I love her floss drops. It's just money-wise. Anyway, they're quality. They're quality and they're reusable, so I put it in my collection. So this was the symbol from the last project that this one was in. I saw on the DMC that this was the symbol. So then I can go through and pull this out and go, oh, this is the symbol that I'm looking for. This is the symbol I'm looking for. And then I don't always have to look at the key. It just saves me time. And these are a number of the overdyes that I need for the 12 days of Christmas. Some of them are from my collection, some I've added to my collection, and I'm still a couple short. But I had a gracious friend surprise me by sending me country redwood. And that's used in 2, if not 3 of the ornaments. This is a beautiful color, and you do see the variegation in this color. She also graced me with heirloom gold, which is not used on day 12, but it's used in another couple of the days. So thank you. You know who you are. I already emailed you and thanked you. But aside from that, I'm going to stitch, and then I have to go pick up my husband a couple hours and eat supper. Oh, if you're in Rochester, Minnesota, restaurant recommendation. Hot Chips, CHIP. Hot Chip. It's a burger joint. I thought it was good food. You can add and subtract, and it's a different atmosphere. They play 90s music and stuff, but really nice people, and it was good food. Even when you have to watch your diet like I do, I have to be extremely careful. Oh my gosh. They can accommodate you. So I'm not sure what we're going to eat tonight. But restaurant recommendation, we are staying at the Hampton Inn off of Broadway in Rochester. I don't think they're knocking on my door. In Rochester, because of the Mayo Clinic, the rooms are smaller, but I have confidence that when they say they've washed and disinfected and cleaned your room, it actually is. So, because of the Mayo Clinic, they get people in and out all the time. But it's a nice location, comfortable room. Hotel beds are never comfortable anyway, no matter where you're at, but I would recommend them too. And I will post this when I get home. So, looking forward to the end of September, stitching wise, going to just keep working on this, keep working on Palawan, and I'm also working on a Nora Corbett. Excuse me. Sorry. When you get those little 5-inch squares, sometimes the little fuzzies, they like to be in the air, and I just swallowed one. We have a birthday next week. The son is turning 18. And then we're into October already. Oh my gosh. This year is zooming by. But I'm going to try to be on the Zoom tomorrow with Garon, which I'll be posting this when I get back to town, and so y'all might not even know that. But it's been a fun group. It's very casual. If you can join. I'll link the group below. But yeah, that's all I have to talk about for now. Not sure when I'm going to do my next video. It should be sooner than 6 weeks or whatever this one is. But life is life. And I hope as you're entering into autumn here in the Northern Hemisphere, which is my favorite time of the year, I hope you enjoy it. The colors. Oh, the colors of the autumn stuff that I'm going to be decorating that I found at Hobby Lobby. The colors. Beautiful. Beautiful, rich colors. Sorry, I shouldn't be sipping while I'm talking. But yeah, I'll let you guys go, and they keep doing something with the doors. I'm not sure what's going on. The last time we were in Iowa at another shooting event last month, the fire alarms went off. It was during the day, but it's like, really? And I come out and they're like, nah, you don't have to. It's somebody burned popcorn in their microwave in their room. Joy. But talk to y'all later. Love ya.